From Eyewitness News, this is a severe weather alert.
And thanks for joining us. It is 10 o'clock on this Thursday morning. First big snowstorm of the season bearing down on us here in southern New England right now. Live look out at the roadways right now. And as you can see, the visibility is dropping, the snow intensity picking up, the wind speeds picking up as well.
I want to mention that Tony Petracca just arrived a short time ago from the Warwick area. Said there's already blizzard conditions out on the roadways right now. And here's some video in from a short time ago taken from Breaking News 1 as it made its way up 95 north from South County. We have a team of reporters fanned out all across Rhode Island and southeastern Massachusetts, literally covering every angle for you today.
But first, let's send things right over to meteorologist Michelle Muscatello. She and the rest of the Pinpoint Weather team have been very busy staying on top of this storm for us. What's the latest, Michelle?
Well, new information just coming. National Weather Service has expanded the blizzard warning to include much of Rhode Island now, and I'm going to show you that. But speaking of blizzard conditions, this is what we're talking about near Whiteout here in Narragansett. You cannot make out anything. The snow is blowing sideways. I mean, really right at the bottom of your screen, you can kind of see the flags whipping in the wind and a light utility pole. This is the view from our hurricane barrier camera in Providence. And now that blizzard warning does include Providence, Pawtucket, Attleboro, the East and West Bay. So now the majority of Rhode Island, especially along and southeast of 95, included in the blizzard warning that's going to stay in effect until 7 o'clock this evening. So when we're talking about a blizzard, we mean sustained winds or frequent gusts over 35 miles per hour, considerable falling or blowing snow that leads to a quarter-mile visibility or less. And now here's the key. It's got to be for 3 consecutive hours. So that blizzard warning in effect, we expect blizzard conditions to continue at least into the early afternoon. Thunder, TJ. Our thunder snow guy, we're talking about now where we're seeing thunder strikes, light cloud to ground lightning in North Kingstown. We're seeing one now around 95 in West Warwick. This is a sign of this rapidly intensifying storm. Very heavy snowfall rates when you see these lightning strikes. This area from Fall River across the upper part of the bay into much of South County, we're talking snowfall rates of 1 and 2 inches an hour and possibly as high as 3 inches an hour. The other thing that's starting to change is that we're starting to see that flip over to snow in New Bedford. We've been keeping a close eye on the correlation coefficient, and boy, that flip from rain to snow is going to happen, and the snow will pile up quickly. In fact, it looks like just within the last few hours, that area along or last half hour, that area from 195 between Fall River and New Bedford has made the switch to rain. We're still seeing some rain over the far eastern New England, eastern Massachusetts, but our storm center has been rapidly intensifying as it's moving south of our area right now. That heavy snow you can see pinwheeling onshore with that rain snow line setting up right across southeastern Massachusetts. So our wind gusts so far, we're not even into the strongest gusts yet, and I updated this quickly. So Connecticut with a 38 mile per hour wind gust, Orleans on the Cape 54 mile per hour gusts, Charlestown in Rhode Island here gusting to nearly 50. Block Island has had a nearly 50 mile per hour wind gust and the strongest winds yet to come. This is snowfall amounts looking at it piling up quickly here over the next several hours through at least mid-afternoon. Temperatures, they are down to 22 in Smithfield, 27 now in Providence. Big difference where we've again seen that rain so far, but I expect that this number in New Bedford is going to start to drop. Winds picking up this afternoon. We're talking about the potential for 45 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts along the immediate coastline. Could see some gusts over 60 to nearly 70. The Outer Cape, Block Island, and Martha's Vineyard. So now through 4 is when we're in the height of the snow. The strongest winds around that time frame too through at least the early evening hours. The snow going to taper off between 7 and 9 o'clock. Frigid air and be arriving this evening. As we move towards the afternoon, the risk of power outages goes up. 2 reasons. The snow is accumulating, power lines as well as trees, and we're also seeing the winds picking up. So while we have at least a low risk of power outages most spots, notice this area where we've got a moderate to high chance of power outages. So that is a significant concern for this storm because we are talking frigid air on the backside of it. So by 9 o'clock this evening, the snow moving out, and we are going to be back under dry but very cold conditions conditions for Friday with wind chills. It'll be below 0, and the colder air continues to drain in for Friday night. So wind chills Friday night into Saturday, 15 to 25 below 0. Let's take a look at those winds in more detail. This is at noon, so gusting to nearly 50 in Smithfield and in Westerly. Block Island potentially gusting here at 70. This has a 74-mile-per-hour wind gust right now. That's hurricane strength wind gusts there. The wind starting to diminish first in northern and western Rhode Island in the early evening, but notice still those strong and potentially damaging wind gusts along the coast and eastern Massachusetts beyond 5 o'clock. So our main storm impacts today: whiteout conditions, scattered power outages, scattered wind damage, and that thunder snow, which is ongoing. And we just got a report in from Hope of loud thunder up around Scituate. So thank you for that report. Is that a friend? A relative. Oh, his relative. TJ's relative giving us that report from Hope of the thunder snow. And we're seeing that our radar is showing those cloud to ground lightning strikes. And again, very intense snow where we do see the lightning and hear the thunder in this storm. I'm going to be back in just a little bit. I'm going to go into more detail about how the temperatures are going to be dropping over the next 24 hours. Right now, though, we want to get a check on road conditions. Travel is highly not recommended. Are there people out on the road still, Melissa? There are people out. You know what, Melissa, they've turned my microphone back on, so I don't know if we want to go in together and you can sort of use my microphone on me to show what you're talking about in terms of these road conditions.
Absolutely. So if you are heading out today, as you can see behind me, Memorial Boulevard, this is in downtown Providence, where you can see snow-covered roadways this morning. People have been asking on social media, is there a travel ban? Right now, there is not a travel ban, but you really want to stay put wherever you are this morning. If you are making your way out the door, you can see some light traffic. Stay home if you can. Travel is not advised at this time. And here's a look at our map. Very colorful map. A lot going on here. The light traffic that is out there this morning, you're not going anywhere fast. We do have a crash down in 95 South in Exeter. We had one in Hopkinton, one over on 146. So we are seeing some dangerous conditions out there. State police are responding to a number of crashes. This one is 146 South, right over near Twin River Road. Wherever you're headed today, you're going to have to take it slow. But unless you absolutely have to, please try and stay off the roads. Back over to you.
That right there is teamwork.
I was going to say, I mean, you can't get any better than that.
I'm hoping that Steph Machado's microphone's working because I don't really want to go outside right now and share mine.
You know what, though? The weather yard's the place to be. We always love this spot during winter storms, right, Steph?
Oh, yes. The mic is working. We're here. We're outside. I mean, the snow is falling thick and fast out here. In fact, you can see how much it's accumulating because of how much it's accumulated on me. I've been outside for 5 minutes, and we've got it accumulated on the scarf. If I show you the ground, we've got like a few inches, and it's really fluffy. I think that's because it's so cold. Fluffy snow accumulating very fast. Now, earlier this morning we were at TF Green Airport, where, as you can imagine, the vast majority of flights are canceled. Some lucky travelers managed to depart this morning just before the snow really got going, but a couple flights are still scheduled to land at TF Green this afternoon. The winds and snow have caused most of the departures, though, to be canceled. There weren't even that many people at the airport. They didn't bother. It was empty, but we did hear from one traveler who was stuck.
I'm here trying to rebook flights with American Air because I need to get to Shanghai, China, where I teach and work.
And you can always check the flight tracker on WPRI.com. As I said, the vast majority of departures are canceled, but there are several arrivals, several flights still scheduled to land at TF Green this afternoon and this evening. So check our flight tracker so you know if your loved ones are going to make it to PVD. For now, live in the weather yard, I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.
And Rhode Island Emergency Management Agency, it's been activated. It was activated around 2 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, you know, when we're heading into work at around that time, we often say nobody's really up. But today,
not today.
Big scene over in Cranston. Officials there urging Rhode Islanders to stay off the roads and to prepare for the possibility of power outage later on today. Eyewitness News reporter Susan Campbell continuing our weather team coverage now live from EMA headquarters.
As you mentioned, things were activated here at 2 o'clock this morning. We got here around 5. Things were pretty quiet, but they're starting to pick up now as those conditions are worsening all throughout the day. The people who are here are going to be monitoring all of the conditions throughout the state, checking in on things like infrastructure and roads and bridges. Public safety. We've got Rhode Island State Police, fire here. It's all kind of this coordinated effort, a nerve center really for all of the storm management that's happening in the state. So all of the data is coming right into this building, and then any messaging that needs to get out, any resources that need to get out are going to be planned here and pushed out to everybody. There is something that the message here for all of the people who are watching at home, power outages are a good possibility. Take a listen to what Pete Gaynor had to say just a short time ago when we spoke with him.
Plan on losing electricity today. We'll have high winds, we'll have gusty winds, we'll have scattered outages, and with these severe cold weather, temperatures coming, 0 and maybe -10, -15 Friday, do you have a safe and warm place to go should you lose power? So in your neighborhood is really a great place to find a friend or neighbor that you can go to, and you can reciprocate. You know, if they lose power, you know, have them come to your house. But have a plan today about what you're going to do should you lose power. Plan for it, and if you don't have to use that plan, that's perfectly fine.
Now, that plan should also include some time to check in on elderly friends and neighbors. Make sure you're checking in on them or anybody else who might need just a little bit of extra help to make sure that when their power goes out, if it does, that they also have a safe, warm place to go. We'll be back with any updates just as soon as we get them live in Cranston. Susan Campbell, Eyewitness News.
All right, heading back outside now. More coverage of our January storm with Caroline Goggin.
Yeah, for the very latest on the conditions in the capital city, we want to check in with Caroline Goggin as she's checking out the conditions right now and how's it looking in Providence.
Good morning, Danielle and Patrick. We are joining you live here in downtown Providence at Burnside Park. Kind of hard to believe that that's where we are right now because of these near whiteout conditions in Providence. We've been here at the park for about a half hour or so, and the only things that we've seen are these plows and snow blowers out throughout the park, on the Alex Nani ice rink, and through the streets of downtown Providence. And Mayor Jorge Elorza, when he spoke with Eyewitness News about an hour ago, he said that's a good thing. He doesn't want people out on the roads right now. He wants his 100 pieces of equipment here in downtown Providence to be able to plow curb to curb over the next 24 hours. As I said, he spoke just about an hour ago. Here's him to listen into what he had to say.
If your car doesn't have to be out there, you know, please park it somewhere. And otherwise, if you leave it on the road, it's going to be towed.
And Mayor Elorza also saying that the snow is clearly going to be a problem over the next 24 hours. But his message to people in the city of Providence is that they are ready. They have warming centers set up for anyone who might be dealing with this bitter cold that's expected to last throughout the weekend. So we will stay here in downtown Providence today in these conditions, and we'll bring you another live update coming up in the next half hour. Reporting live in Providence, I'm Caroline Goggin, Eyewitness News.
And at 10:13, we want to check in on the situation in Massachusetts. You know, earlier today, Governor Baker had a live news conference to talk about how the Bay State has been tackling this January storm.
And Eyewitness News reporter Julian Lima joining us from our breaking news center with more.
Well, Danielle and Patrick, as we've been reporting, crews have been out in full force treating the roads all across Massachusetts. But even still, we're getting several reports of snow-covered streets and whiteout conditions in certain areas. And as of earlier this morning, more than 2,600 plow and salt trucks were out treating the roads of Massachusetts. Now, the combination of heavy snow and strong winds will likely lead to widespread power outages in certain areas. State officials are asking for the public's patience because if conditions are too dangerous, crews will be delayed in getting power restored. In a press conference just 2 hours ago, Governor Charlie Baker said he's most worried about southeastern Mass. Portions of this area are still under that blizzard warning, and residents along the South Shore are being asked to voluntarily evacuate.
There's three issues in southeastern Mass on this. The first is the rain turning to freezing rain, probably to wet snow. The second issue is the high winds associated with that, which are expected to primarily be along the coast. And we're talking about winds that could be between 50 and 70 miles an hour, gusting up to 70 miles an hour. And then the third issue is the freezing cold temperatures are going to come after this.
And as Baker just mentioned, because of that bitterly cold air moving back into our area tomorrow, if you do lose power, you're being urged to seek shelter in a public warming center such as a library or a police department. We do have a full list of local shelters up on our website right now at WPRI.com. Reporting live in the Breaking News Center, I'm Julianne Lima, Eyewitness News.